It's Talk with your host, Reggie B. Come on, let's all join in. Free your voice, it's your choice, alright here. Oh, simply stray talk.
I wanna see love, show me love.
Let me turn this down for a second. Hey, are you sure you want to do this right now? Maybe you should take some time to clear your mind and unwind a little bit. Besides, it's the holidays.
Oh, you know what? You're probably right. I mean, he has been working all day and I just got off that long-ass flight. We can go grab something to eat. Babes, seriously, I'm sorry I dragged you into my craziness.
Angelique, now you should know better. Girl, we are friends and I'll ride with you to the end. Now stop talking crazy. Now our friend Reggie, he's the crazy relationship drama king.
Tell me about it. Oh, you know what? We need to see what he's up to, by the way. I'll tell you what. Let me give him a... Wait. Hold up. Slow down.
Why? What's up?
Slow down.
What are you trying to do?
Pull over. Pull over!
Why? What's up?
Look. Is that Andrew coming out of Cafe Rooftop? So much for working all night.
Now, Angelique, maybe he's grabbing a bite to eat. Just go and say hello. Remember your relaxation training. Well, maybe not. Just be cool, okay?
No, it's cool. Okay, I'm going to approach the situation calmly and not overreact. Come on.
Are you sure? Either way, you know I got your back and I got my baseball bat.
Oh my God. Yes, girl, I am sure. Now get out of this car. Hey, handsome. I thought you were working. Anyway, I'm so happy to see you.
Hi, yeah, you too? What are you doing here?
Melissa and I were headed to grab something to eat, but when I saw my man, I asked her to pull over. Thought I would just say hi. I figured maybe you want to see me anyway.
Listen, I'm glad you made it back safely, but tonight, I just need some time alone.
Angelique, what's up, baby girl? Oh, and I see you got Melissa riding shotgun. Where's your bodyguard at?
I don't need a bodyguard to handle your bad breath ass.
Hey, James, I'll catch up with you later, and I appreciate the talk, man. Good looking out as always.
Hold the hell up. Wait a minute. You lied to me just to avoid seeing me, so you can hang out with this asshole.
You better check your girl. She got a big mouth. You should have dropped that baggage a while back.
Everything's fine. I'll catch up with you later.
No, everything is not good.
Why is it that every time you come around, it's a mess? Seriously, what kind of man stirs up this much mess?
Melissa, why don't you deal with your own emotions and stop pretending like you not trying to be with me? Christmas is coming. What gift can I get for you?
So wait a minute. Hold up a mother second. So you're just going to ignore me and talk to him? James, I'll talk to you later. James, good looking out as always. Are you playing games with me?
Yes, James, you can give me the perfect gift by going somewhere and die.
Oh, James, if you don't walk away, I promise you, I will slap the fuck out of you.
Angelique, let's just talk later this week. I can't deal with the attitude.
Attitude. Excuse me, but I just wanted to see my man and show you some love. Oh, but now you're saying I have attitude.
Melissa.
What do you want? Stop calling
Melissa,
me.
I love how you play hard and like your life is put together so well. But it's okay, you can call me in a couple months when you trying to figure out a place to stay or you need them bills paid. It's hard waking up with no gifts under the tree. I'm leaving, but you can call me.
Oh, Angelique, I can't do this right now. James was right. Some women can just put stress on a man. You got your business and friends. And on top of that, all this holiday stuff. I'm just not feeling it. Now it's time for me to find me. And by the way, I know about the hotel thing that went down.
Hotel thing? What did that liar tell you. You know what? You're stupid if you believe anything he says. Angelique, let's go because we're about to go to jail out here.
What? So, what, I'm just supposed to wait around for you to decide if you want this relationship?
I'll call you.
Come on, girl. Let's go. You are too good for him and you don't deserve to be with somebody playing games.
I don't understand what the hell just happened. It's the holidays. This is not how I expected things to turn out. Seriously. Oh, God, I'm so sorry for ruining your night.
You did not ruin anything. Honestly, any woman would have done the same thing. It was that clown James who created all this chaos. I am so at a loss for words right now. I'm really in my feelings right now. I feel like crying and fighting.
And also, what did he mean when he said no gifts under the tree and you finding a place to stay and all that other crap?
I know I shouldn't be hungry, but I am. Can we please get something to eat? And can we talk about that or something else? I can barely think right now. Hello to every one of our Simply Straight Talk listeners. Are you ready to free your mind and free your voice? Well, you're listening to the right podcast. So let's get this real talk started with your host, Reggie Maddox.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Simply Straight Talk Show. And keep in mind that we are in season 9. I know you like the way that I rhyme. See, that was pretty good, wasn't it? That was actually really good off the top of my head. But anyway, listen, man, welcome back, everybody. Thank you for tuning in for another episode of the Simply Straight Talk Show. Today, we're going to talk about holiday survival tips. Now, I want to get into this conversation because Thanksgiving just passed. Now, we've gotten through Thanksgiving. Next up is Christmas, New Year's Eve, and Valentine's Day. Now, for those of y'all who listen to the show, y'all know that I had this one episode called Are There Blackout Dates for Dating? And those blackout dates specifically covered everything in between from Thanksgiving all the way to the day after Valentine's Day. So we want to talk about holiday survival tips. We want to talk about, the stress of it. We want to talk about relationships. We want to talk about family. We want to talk about friends, because this is the time of the year where a lot of people spend a lot of money. A lot of relationships end up getting stressed and they become tense, because there's a lot of pressure on a lot of households right now. There's pressure on, men and women, getting gifts for each other. There's pressures on, parents trying to get their kids what they want. Then there's just pressure all the way around for single people who got a whole different level of stress. Then you got the people out there who out there being foul, and truthfully, they living dirty, because they got a man, she got a man over here, then she got a man at the house, and, he got a woman here, then he got a side chick, she got a side dude, and you got all this stuff, and now you're trying to make your money spread even further, and then trying to figure out who you want to spend time with, how you going to spend time and make sure both feel happy so one don't snitch because your dumb ass out here cheating. But anyway, that's another episode. But listen, what we really want to talk about is how do you survive the holidays? And like I said, there are different scenarios for everybody. And one of the things that we have to realize is that when we get into the holidays, the media, the commercials, they're going to push this whole narrative about, having someone and being with family and getting gifts and shopping and all this type of stuff. Now, the thing about it is, believe it or not, some people actually find the holidays to be depressing. They really find the holidays to be depressing, and they just cannot wait for the holidays to be over. Now, on top of the regular stress we got with the holidays, we now have the whole COVID thing that's going. A lot of places are closed. A lot of businesses are closing. A lot of people don't have jobs. A lot of companies have not actually opened back up. So they're struggling, but with all of that going on, we now have to add that into the families and the households about what's going on in the relationships as far as people trying to make it and survive through the holidays. So let's tackle the first thing first, that I think a lot of people who are, out here now and the holidays are upon us, we all know that everybody is dealing with the whole COVID thing. Everybody's dealing with, trying to stay sane because you're forced to be around, your family members who you love, but, sometimes you get on each other's nerves. But the thing about it is, when we get into the holidays, I think we have to keep in mind that you don't put too much pressure on yourself. Now, as I mentioned earlier, a lot of people are probably out of work for long periods. Some people have actually probably picked up little holiday jobs. You know how some are like the like FedEx and UPS and some of these other package delivering places normally hire more people for the season, just so they can get all the packages and all the boxes and all that stuff delivered. So it's a seasonal job, but people are not actually going to be advancing off of that money because a lot of people are playing catch up. They're playing catch up for when their jobs stopped working. They weren't getting any checks. They're behind on their bills. Some of them are got to pay their rent, so everybody's trying to play catch up. In a lot of households, the kids or the husband and wife have been at home most of the time. So they're going through more groceries than they normally would. Maybe the light bill, the electric bill, the water bill, all that stuff has started to increase. Now, with the holidays upon us, you have to be careful that you don't put any excess stress on yourself or your relationship. You may have to have a talk with your kids and just let them know, like, hey, I'm sorry, but, because of everything that's going on, we may not be able to do everything you want for Christmas. But this could be a time, too, where you can actually teach or set up new traditions that make the holidays about family, about the relationship between family, and not so materialistic. But you have to be careful that you're not putting extra stress on your mate or anybody, friends or family, because you may have had a job the whole time. They may not have. So you got to be mindful about that. And I know when you listen to other people and they're probably going to say, oh, my boyfriend gave me this, my husband gave me this, my wife gave me this. The thing about it is, keep your relationship about you and about the person that you're with. Don't let your finances get into a deeper situation of debt just because it's the holidays. And I think a lot of people, are already stretching it. They're already like just hanging on. You know what I'm saying? I mean, their head is like only a piece of their hair is sticking out of the water. But don't put yourself in a position to where you're saying, okay, I'm going to go and do the holidays and then I'll figure it out after the holidays. Because you know what happens when you start misaligning your finances like that, especially for something that's not going to help your situation going forward, you're going to find that you're just going to be in more debt. You're going to find that you're just going to be more miserable after the holidays. And right now, the economy, the job market, everything is so uncertain. And they're already talking about in some places starting a second lockdown. So you got to be mindful about that. You got to be conscious about how you are living your life and what you're doing right now. So don't let the holiday sort of vibe get you into the mindset of, I have to spend money that I don't have. I have to buy gifts that I can't afford. Keep the holidays simple. Stay within your budget. Husbands and wives, boyfriend, girlfriends, families, y'all really need to communicate and just, accept the fact of where you are financially. So you don't bring that excess stress, because it can be really stressful when you're trying to live up to a commercialized holiday, because you're trying to keep up and do things you can't afford to do, and you're stressing about it. You got to be careful about that. You really, really have to be careful. Do not overextend your finances just because you feel like it's Christmas, or just because you see everybody else talking about the holidays, or you worry what your friends, family, or coworkers may ask you. What did you do for Christmas? What did you get for Christmas? You know what? Just tell them it was wonderful. It was simple and wonderful. I love it. And just leave it at that. It's none of their business. It's none of their business. Be careful. Now let's talk about something that a lot of people deal with during the holidays, and that's the lonely vibe. Because during the holidays, when you're single, now if you're single and you you're not really single if you got a girlfriend or boyfriend, but if you are in a relationship, whether you're married or you have a partner, girlfriend, or boyfriend, now you're probably going to be okay with the holidays. Now you got some people, let's just be honest. Let's just keep it 100. This is the Simple Straight Talk Show, man. We keep it 100. And y'all know that some people don't mind being in a relationship, but they're not trying to do all these gifts. They're not trying to be around nobody's family. So you got to be mindful about that, because some people, don't mind if the relationship kind of take a break during the holidays and we'll pick back up after the holidays. Some people don't want to spend money like that. Some people in relationships where their mate is just not feeling them like that. So you got to be mindful about that. Now, that's a whole nother type of person, whether it's male or female with that type of mentality. But let's get into the people who feel like it's the holidays and I really don't want to be alone. Yes, family is cool, but it's not the same as having somebody in my life who's my woman or my man that I can spend time with, that we can cuddle and be romantic and intimate with. Because ultimately, everybody would love a holiday to where they have somebody special in their life, somebody that they can talk to, somebody that they can create that holiday memory with, the holiday tradition. That's whether, you're doing a tree together, you're decorating, you're sitting down, having some cocoa or coffee or eggnog, or you just chilling on Christmas, watching Christmas shows. You know what I'm saying? People want that. But when you don't have that and it's the holidays, you do begin to get into this feeling of like, man, I'm alone, I'm by myself. And even when you go out with other couples and you say like, oh, you can hang out with us, it's still not the same, because you watching other people with their husband, with their wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, partner, whatever. And you're just kind of like, okay. Because no matter what, at the end of the night, when everything is done and everybody's having a good time and you can laugh and joke around with everybody, you still going home by yourself. Juanita Bynum said it in one of her sermons that she did when she did the whole thing with A Woman Thou Art Loose with T.D. Jakes. You got a pair of warm thighs to go home to. And for some people, that's how they see it. It's like, yeah, this is all cool and good. But at the end of the day, when everybody done had their little bit of food and the family done got together or friends done got together, now we getting in our cars to go home. You got somebody that you can talk to and laugh about or talk about this person and have your little inside jokes with, But when I go home, I'm riding in the car by myself. Trust me, I'm a single man. I know this feeling. I know it. I'm telling you experience, not what I experienced in the past, what I'm experiencing now. I'm keeping it 100 with you. You do feel like that. Like, dang, it'd be nice if I had a little lady, me and her could talk and, kind of crack some jokes, or we can have a second set of plans. Like when we go home, you ain't just going home to an empty house and lay in your bed and see what's on TV or pet the cat or pet the dog. You know what I'm saying? So it'll be everybody wants that. You want to actually be able to go home with somebody. Like, yeah, when we go home, we're going to get us some, like I said, we're going to sit in front of the fireplace, turn on some music, talk, cuddle, whatever. But that's just the whole thing about it. The holidays can make you feel like you're so alone and you're so empty. So you have to be mindful about that. You got to be mindful about that, because it will get you into a state of where you're putting on this fake happiness when you're out and about with everybody. But then when you get into that place to where it's just you, Then you hit that little head drop, laying on your pillow, covering your head up because you don't want to think about nothing. And you dream about what it should be because you know it ain't what it is right now. Trust me, a brother know exactly. But you know what? These are the things that's part of holiday survival. It's that feeling of being in a place to where you don't have anybody you can confide in. You don't have anybody you can talk to. You know, you just don't have anybody to share that holiday with. Because the holidays really are about creating memories. And sometimes people want more personable memories than they do rather than the, family. I mean, the family memories are cool. Hanging out with friends is cool. But having those romantic, intimate memories is something that everybody wants at the end of the day. They do. But that's all a part of the holidays. It's just what's going to come with it for some people. So surviving the holidays means surviving those feelings of being alone. It means surviving those urges to overspend, surviving those urges to put yourself in debt. When you decide that you are going to go through the holidays alone, there's nothing wrong with that. If you decide that you want to do something different and not make the holiday materialistic, there's nothing wrong with that. But we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to talk some more about surviving the holidays. And as you know, like I always do, I'm going to give y'all some tips on how to make it through the holidays. So you won't be like me, all alone on the holidays. But you'll be good if you are, though. Trust me now, don't think you don't have to be. We'll be back.
We'll be right back. So keep it locked here with your favorite radio talk show.
Hey, are you looking for some great music, upbeat and with a positive voice? Well, the song I Stand With You is exactly what you need. This timeless song has a pop version sung by Audrey Carmel. And a reggae version sung by General Steele, now known as Revelation.
Now I know some days you may feel blue, Lord. Trust in your greatness to see you through.
These songs are now available on iTunes and other digital platforms for download. Don't miss out. Get your copy today.
Give life your best, and I know.
We're back with the conversation starter and the voice that works harder. Your host, Reggie.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the second part of the show. And today we're talking about holiday survival. Now, we talked about the fact that some people during the holidays are going to feel lonely. We talked about people overspending with their budgets. Now, I want to kind of touch on a subject because a lot of people at this point may start to feel embarrassed. They may start to feel like, I need help. And, it's tough right now because a lot of people right now during this holiday period may not be celebrating the holidays the way they did 2 or 3 years ago because we're under a different set of circumstances. So that may lead to some people to start to feel like, they're not holding up their end, they're not providing, they're not doing what they can, and they don't want to ask for help. Some people are embarrassed to ask for help, and some people criticize people for asking for help. But the thing about it is, trying to do something different. And I really want to ask people to think about making the holidays more about just being together. And I really mean that. This is the perfect time for everybody to break all of the commercialization and the materialization, how materialistic Christmas is, how materialistic the holidays are. This is the perfect time to really create real traditions for your family of things you can do together, how you can spend time together. That's what you need to focus on right now. It's not the Xbox, it's not the PlayStations, it's not the dolls, the video games, the bikes. And I understand that oftentimes that is what a lot of our younger generation of children are going to want. But I think if you really show them that there is a different side to Christmas, there is a different side to Christmas, including the New Year's. There's a different way to do it. Now, this is going to kind of make people have to be more creative in the way they engage the holidays, because everybody has been branded with, the holidays is all about giving. It's all about giving. That's what they say. But the truth is, Christmas is all about getting. What are you going to get me? What are you going to get me? What are you going to get me? That's what it's really about. Who's going to give me the best gift, and how many gifts am I going to get? We need to take this time that if you're in a relationship, to rebrand the traditions. Now, I'm going to say this for African Americans because many of us, don't really have our own true traditions. Everything has been adopted through what has been presented before us. But this is what I say. Take this time to create your own traditions with your family. Something that your kids can look back on and say, this is what we do for Christmas. Something that they're going to pass down to their family. Now, it's going to involve spending time together. And like I said, you know your family. You know the people that's around you. So you know that how you can be creative enough. Use your creativity to really create something that can be looked forward to every year. Because you want them to know that it's about you guys. It's not about the gifts. Xboxes get old. Games get old. Toys get old. Bikes get old. Those things can be replaced easily. They become outdated. Even cell phones become outdated. But you have a chance to create a tradition that's going to last for a lifetime with your family. So you have to think about that. It's not always about money. It's not always about money, but money has become the forefront of the holidays. And take the stress off of your relationships. Don't put yourself in a financial situation to where you are overspending, and then you're trying to figure out how you're going to pay the rent, how you're going to pay for your kids' school stuff, how you're going to buy food for the house, how you're going to, put wife in your gas car or fix your car or get any mechanical work you need done. Don't sacrifice, the necessities in order for leisure things that they're going to be outdated and over and done with in 2 or 3 weeks. Be smart about it and take pride in the fact that you can create something that's going to last that's going to be a legacy and not just a moment. Now, early in the show, we talked about the single people. For the single people right now, for some people, being single on the holidays is fine. They don't care. But there are people out there who really do want somebody in their life for the holidays. Now, although I am sort of not one for saying get into a relationship in the holidays, because I really feel like people will sort of rush things, and the holidays put an unnecessary stress on a new couple. Now, if you do happen to meet somebody, I really think you should have a conversation to determine, are we doing anything for Christmas? Here's my rule. My rule is if you meet somebody, let's say in September and October, okay, that for Christmas, you don't do anything. For Thanksgiving, you don't go to their house. They don't come to your house. But put it like this. You don't meet each other's families. You can go do the family thing, then at the end, go hang out with each other. But I do recommend that you don't do that because it's too soon. Okay. It's a holiday euphoric feeling that sort of guides people. You can always bring somebody a plate because sometimes people will go through the holidays. They'll invite somebody over for Thanksgiving, invite them over for Christmas. They'll hang out for New Year's. Then come January 15th, January 18th, your relationship is over. You don't introduce this person to your family, to your friends. They thinking that you got something that you claiming is serious. And come to find out, the relationship is already over. Save yourself the headache. Save yourself the headache of even trying to figure out what to get this person, what to buy this person. Because I know for me, if I don't know you, it is very difficult for me to buy gifts for people that I don't really know that well. So that's why I say if you meet in like September or October, just say, hey, we're not going to do gifts this year. Because if you know that you're in this person to be with them and y'all are together next year, then next year you can get it. You'll be better prepared to buy gifts. You know each other better. You have established an actual foundation for the relationship. So now you're going to be making an investment in something. See, don't invest in gifts, invest in time. And people don't want to do that. They don't want to invest time in each other. Invest in the time before you start doing all the gift giving. Because it's very tough to get into a relationship in September, October, because you got to think about, Christmas comes, New Year's Eve. I'm gonna speak from the guy perspective because I don't want to say I'm speaking from the female perspective. But for a guy, just because a guy is not rich doesn't make him a bad person. But sometimes you might find a person to where, they don't have all that money to where, okay, Christmas, I got to buy you a gift. New Year's Eve, I got to take you out. Then February 15th, I got to blow more money for Valentine's Day. Now, if a woman's birthday falls in that time frame also, now I got to throw a birthday gift in there. So that's a lot of pressure on a new relationship for somebody to have to do for somebody that they really just met. So that's why I say the first couple months, if you meet in September or October, just come up with a mutual agreement that we're not going to do gifts. We're not going to do gifts. We'll just keep it simple. We're not going to do gifts because you're relieving that excess stress. And I think a lot of relationships go through a hard time at Christmas because you do have people who feel like, man, I like this person, but I don't have the money to give them the holiday that they want. And that's just the reality of it. That's the reality. So for those of you out there, man, take it easy on each other if you're in new relationships. If you're single, you know what? You're just going to have to try to find something to really occupy your time. Now, for some people, that's hanging out with friends and family. For other people, it might be getting engrossed in a movie or a book, or maybe you got something that you're really passionate about doing. If you like writing, if you're trying to start a business, you can maybe do some of that. And for some people, it's just chilling. But if you're single and you're alone, the more idle your mind is, the more you're going to get into a lot of this stuff about not having somebody. Because everything you see on TV is going to, is going to show you the relationship thing. And also you need to get in the habit of maybe shutting down some of the social media, some of the TV stuff, and just kind of like engrossing your mind somewhere else to where it's not so heavily influenced by TVs and movies and, commercials and all that type of stuff. So you got to feed your mind something else to really counter all of that stuff you're getting that's saying you should be in a relationship. So you got to be mindful about that. Hey, we're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back with more of the Simply Straight Talk Show.
We'll be back with your host, Reggie, on Simply Straight Talk.
Hey, we all know that Atlanta, Georgia is a big city, and sometimes you might need just a little bit of help. But you know what? That's why we have Legs Concierge Services. Are you looking for someone to help you with errands, event planning, dog walking, organizing, shopping, or maybe you're in need of a personal assistant? Then you need to contact Legs Concierge Services, operating in Atlanta, Georgia. For more information on these and additional services, contact rarmstrong105@gmail.com. That's rarmstrong105@gmail.com. Remember, time is precious, so let Legs Concierge Services help you enjoy it so much better.
We hope you're enjoying the show. As our listeners, this show is made possible because of your support. make sure you click the subscribe button and leave a comment. Thank you for being a part of the show, and now back to your host, Reggie Maddox.
All right, Simply Straight Talk family, let's go ahead and get down with the final thoughts of today's show. Now listen, I know some of y'all gonna have a great holiday. You got your loved ones, you're gonna be chilled, and that's all good. Now, for the rest of us out here, us single folks, man, listen, don't stress yourself if you over the holidays by yourself or you don't have a significant other in your life, you don't have that special partner. Look at it this way. You ain't got no stress unless you put it on yourself. So don't put that stress on yourself worrying about not having somebody, because by next year you'll meet the right somebody. So don't get out here just trying to be with somebody just to be with somebody so you can say you had somebody over the holidays. And oftentimes when you do that, you end up finding out that they make your holiday worse and you end up wishing you'd have spent it by yourself in the first place. So just avoid all the drama. Avoid it. Be chill. Be cool. Find some things that you like to do. And I know with the whole COVID, a lot of stuff is closed. But hey, if you got to cook for yourself, cook yourself the best meal you can. Get you a nice bottle of wine, some nice sweet tea, some nice Kool-Aid, whatever you like, and just chill and relax. Because I've done that. I might do that this year. Give me a little bottle of wine, or you know what I'm saying? For one night, maybe give me a little, some cocoa or something like that for the next night. Chill, put on some music, man, and just relax. You know what I'm saying? I might just sit outside and just stare at the stars. But whatever I do, I'm not going to let myself get down. I'm not going to let myself feel like it's the end of the world. And I'm definitely not going to let myself feel like I still can't be happy with where I am, even if I'm in that place by myself. Now, for the families, the girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, and wives, listen, do not put any extra stress by going over and above what you can actually afford to do. Be smart about your financial decisions on how you spend money on the holidays. Be smart about it. Because I'm telling you right now, it's better to just have a small holiday and just keep it simple and just enjoy each other's company than to go outside, then after Christmas and the New Year's, start off the first year, 2021 in January, feeling like your life sucks and you are so unhappy. Because that's what's going to happen if you overextend yourself and you do too much. And now in the beginning of the year, instead of just being able to enjoy and just relax and let things flow, you sitting here trying to figure out how you going to pay for all this stuff that you couldn't afford to do at the end of 2020. Now you carrying that drama over into 2021. Hey, be chill, be cool, enjoy yourself, relax about it. Don't get caught up in the materialistic things. Single folks, don't be out here trying to get caught up with anybody. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you get caught up with the wrong person. You know, you might end up catching COVID, or you might end up catching something else where you got to take a penicillin shot. Y'all grown folks know what I'm talking about. Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. But listen, man, I want to wish you guys a happy holidays. You guys be safe. You guys have a Merry Christmas. Be mindful out there. Be safe out there. So you guys keep tuned in. I'm always going to be dropping it for you. And we got a surprise coming for you with the ladies of the show, Miss Angelique and Miss Melissa. So y'all be listening out for that. Peace.
Thanks for listening to the Simply Straight Talk Show with Reggie Maddox. If you like what you just heard, we hope you'll pass along our podcast to your friends and colleagues. And please leave us a positive review on iTunes. Be sure to check out our archive section on iTunes, Spotify, Libsyn, and YouTube. Join us next time for another edition of the Simply Straight Talk Show.